Welcome back to West Texas View.
We were talking just before the break about how you as a community could get involved in this. And tell us, if you're not here in Midland or Odessa where it's pretty easy to get involved, how can you get your community involved in it?
You know, it's really easy to get involved. We've tried to make it simple on the website. If you want to do this yourself, if you have a loved one, or you have a church prayer list, if you're in Lubbock, if you're in Snyder, or you're in California, it makes no difference. You can go to the website and use that list of items that we have and go to the post office and get a priority APO box, just like this one here, and pack it yourself and send it.
And it's a number 10 standard.
It's 12 by 12 by 5, and it's the military large priority mailbox. Make sure you get the priority mailbox because that gives you a little better rate. It's a fixed rate. They don't weigh it and tell you how much you owe them. If it's under 75 pounds, it goes.
Because that would be expensive.
Yeah, and that's, we learned that the hard way packing boxes early on. But don't think that you have to rely upon us to pack these boxes. If you're committed to doing it and you want to do it yourself, there's no reason that you can't do it. Just,
you could even share your letter or something with them.
We'll help you. Just give me a call.
Because you said that's the way Big Spring started out, bringing things to you to put in and pack and everything. And then all of a sudden it grew so big over there that they just started packing them and sending them.
Yeah, I went over and spoke to the Rotary Club over there several years ago, and they, as a community, started contributing in a big way to us. And last year they decided that they were big enough to do it on their own, and they gathered up their own APOs and they modified the list because there were some things they wanted to put in the boxes that they didn't like on our list or for one reason or another. And they sent a goodly number of boxes last year. It doesn't matter who sends them as long as they get sent. We don't care about getting credit for this.
But would you like to know how many each community sends
it'd be
if
wonderful.
They don't go through
It'd be
you?
wonderful.
So you can just say, look, this is how many boxes are being helped.
Yeah, we would like to know, but that's...
In essence, you sent 2,600 from here, but there might have been some others being sent from California and Big Spring and some of the others.
Yeah, because we sent...
But you said already Snyder, Ira, Kermit. I mean, there's just already a lot of communities that are involved.
West
so
Texas.
if you don't know if your community's involved, again, get on the website and see, because you might already have a group there that's working on it. And one of the other questions that I wanted, you mentioned the woman that started making the little knitted Christmas socks. Well, that wasn't originally on your list. I mean, that wasn't on your list, but that was an idea she had. So she called you and said, I'd like to donate these. Would this be appropriate? And it's just meant a lot to have that in the box. So if you've got a creative idea and you think that it really would be something, maybe your son or daughter was in the military and said, I wish I would have had this, then call and Scott can tell you whether they can accommodate this for the box, because it might be all of a sudden a really great item.
It could be, yeah.
So what are some of the other things that I know we've already talked about, that there's no administrative cost because everything is free labor. But is there any training for volunteers, or is it such simple work that they come in and you say, okay, this is your job, this is your boxes to fill out?
We're not very bright. We're really not, and so we
made it as simple.
It's the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid.
Very simple,
yeah,
stupid.
and no, we just need help. So much of what we do is sorting and organizing and packing, and we have one lady who prepares all of our labels for us. She's an absolute doll. I can't say enough nice about Judy, because when you think that you have to prepare 2,600 customs labels, and each of those labels has 6 pages to it, and they all have to be filled out, and then you have to put a stamp, a priority sticker on there. She does all that for us. And it's just, she's special. The really difficult tasks we have pretty well organized. Nothing is difficult. Everybody can help. We just need warm bodies.
Is it all done mostly in that week?
It's all done between October 15th and the week we pack. The lion's share of the work is done in the last 2 weeks, where we sort all the items, And then we have to move all the items from the warehouses to the churches, get it all set out in the assembly lines and ready for the folks to come in the next day. You can help do that. You can help just come pack.
But the important thing to know is there's a way to pack these boxes. So you have the boxes of things to pull in it, and they'll be told exactly how to put it in so that everything will fit. One other thing that I wanted to mention, going back to the dogs, is if anybody out there knows a dog handler, then it's really important to notate that when they send in the APO address, so that both of the dog and the human will get a gift, get a box. And is the dog's box the same size?
It's the same size, yeah, it is.
Oh my.
And it'll have treats and dog stuff.
So approximately how many dogs are we talking about?
It varies from year to year. We also send specific boxes to our female military personnel. So we have 3 different types of boxes that we're actually packing, and that creates some logistic issues for us, but we've got that resolved over the years. But I can't say, because every year that number changes. It's a matter of how many people know and how many people tell us. Again, we've thought over the past that we're going to have 10% of the number is going to be female. That isn't the case. Some years we have more, some years we have less. Dogs, it varies from a handful to 2 handfuls, perhaps. It's not a lot. It's hard to get the names of these dog trainers. They've got a little different security clearance for some reason, and so they're a little more difficult for us to get dog handlers.
And you can't send it to last year's list because
they're already home.
They're gone.
And you cannot send it to any soldier or any Marine or any airman or any sailor. It will not be delivered. You have to have a specific name, and without that, the box comes right back to you. So we have to have specific names. We will send multiple boxes to one name. If we know that Sergeant Gomez has 18 men in his platoon, we'll send Sergeant Gomez 19 boxes, and he can be Santa Claus.
Oh, so that would help if you said this is the APO, and this is the information, and he has 9 people in his platoon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent.
Or a company of 200 men and women, we can do that.
Hasn't this been a wonderful 2 weeks of hearing all of this information from Scott Davis? Be sure and write down this information on the screen and contact him, or call me and I'll get you the information if you lose it, because it's so important that we start right now in June preparing for this box, because October will be here really soon. And we want homemade cards, we want all kinds of things. So call him and get more information if there's anything you don't get off of the website. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next Sunday with another program. And thank you, Scott, for joining us.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.